Now we get to talk about rats. Not really, but kind of. We get to talk about a way to not let them into your home. For example, what we're doing is we're offering you the Bell & Howell Ultrasonic Pest Repellers. And when I say pests, I'm not just talking about those nasty, ugly rats. We're talking about rats and mice and spiders and roaches and ants and all the things that we certainly don't want anywhere inside our homes. This is what we can do for you tonight. We are giving you a chance at a great price. I'm just going to double check something. Yeah, this is almost $10 off. And I don't think we have a lot of these today. These have been huge, huge, huge sellers for us at HSN because they work. All you do is you take the pest repeller, you plug them into any standard outlet. They just give you, I mean, that's it. You plug them into an outlet. Now, what we're giving you in this 5-pack, 3 original pest repellers, and then 2 of the pest repellers have an extra outlet added to it. So you can expand your options of needing to plug in other electrics and that sort of thing. But if you've got pets, you don't have to worry because it's not a sound that bothers them. You don't hear it. That's the beauty of ultrasonic. It does make it an uncomfortable environment, though, for the pests and the rodents and the things that we don't want in our homes. So get the set, put one in every room of your house, outside in the shed or in the garage, upstairs in the attic, downstairs in the basement. And we're in fact, we are welcoming your phone calls. Please join us on our testimonial talk line. There's the number. It's 1-866-376-8255. We have done reduced shipping for you tonight, and it is available for you for those of you who are first and fastest to your phones or to hsn.com to order. My friend Lou Caputo is joining us. It's always a pleasure to talk with you about rodents.
It's one of my favorite things to do, is to come here. Well, listen, I'm going to tell everybody out there something that they're going to find incredibly hard to believe right now. Spring is just a few weeks away. Seriously. It is. And you know what happens when spring comes around, okay? Spring gets sprung, love is in the air, and we got more pests than we know what to do with. And that's why now is the time where you need to get these pest repellers. Now, these are from Bell & Howell, a company that we trust. They've been around for over 100 years, and they've actually won awards for advancements in audio. And what are these? Little tiny audio speakers. They emit ultrasonic sound waves. Now, those are sound waves that are at a frequency higher than we can hear. You know, I can't hear them, your kids won't hear them, your pets won't hear them, but the rats, the mice, the ants, the roaches, the spiders, they hear them. And to them, it might sound like fingernails on a chalkboard. It's disorienting. It's something they want to get away from. Watch what happens here in this animation, okay? Now, if your counter looks like this, you probably just want to move out of your house, but don't. Plug your ultrasonic pest repellers in when you buy them tonight, and right away they're going to start working immediately. Those ultrasonic sound waves come out, and they literally come out and bounce off of all the solid surfaces in the room, and eventually they come back and they crisscross, and what that does is, I like to call it a force field. It gives you a barrier against all those pests, and it makes them want to go away. It makes them want to go somewhere else, not in your home. Now, I know you're thinking, okay, right now I've got 3 feet of snow outside, Lou. I got some time, all right? Take a look at this weather map right now. See all the purple that's on here and the blue and all that? That's freezing cold. Now, 2 things happen when it gets that cold. The rats and the mice want to come indoors, and the other things become dormant. Springtime in 3 weeks, guess what? It's a party. Everybody's out there. The rats are back. The ants are back. The roaches are back.
And guess what? They're starving.
And they're starving. And they want some place that's going to have the food and the water and all the shelter and all the things they need. Yeah, and your house looks good to them.
Of course.
So
and like
good.
You said, love is in the air, and, you know, come spring,
they're making more little
They
pests.
are sure having their own little parties.
They really
behind
are.
the scenes. This is an incredible way, and you know, obviously there's other options. We just talked with Earth about, you know, the importance of going natural when we were featuring our Earth Bright Today special. I'm going to encourage you not to go here, because going with the poisons and whatnot, obviously it's dangerous if you've got kids or pets. And then furthermore, if your rodents, the things that we've been talking about, eat it and then go hide in your walls and die there, then there's a whole nother problem.
Well, let's talk about that in more detail, because here's the thing, all right? You know, if you've got pets like this, okay, if there's anything out that looks like food, and sometimes poisons look like food.
Yes, they do.
They're going to go after them. You know, with your kids, you never know what they're going to do. That's why you don't want to have these around your kids and pets. But let's talk about this, because, you know, for decades, we've all been trained that, you know, if we get a rat problem or an ant problem, we have to go buy a spray or a poison. Well, take a look at this, though. Think about the math on this, okay? If I go to the store and I've got an ant problem, they're going to try to sell me things that are specifically made for ants. So there's spikes and bombs and sprays and all kinds of things for ants, you know? But then if I say I've got a roach problem, for some reason, reason the ant stuff doesn't work on the roaches. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't. So now you've got to go spend more money on the roach stuff, okay? And they make tablets and sprays and traps and bombs and all kinds of things for the roaches. But then, if you have yet another problem that involves the mammals, the rats and the mice, guess what? You can't use any of this stuff. Now I got to go spend even more money, and this is what we were talking about a minute ago. If you look at these two things, I'm going to move this little guy out of the way for you. If you look at these two things right here, this is poison, this is poison. This looks like my little dog's favorite green treats, okay? And that looks like cat litter, and that's the kind of thing that your dogs and your cats are going to try to get into. Now, to Callie's point a moment ago, if your dog or cat eats, if a rat or a mouse eats this, they don't just die instantly. It's a very horrible death. It's torture, actually, okay? But they go and they crawl into your walls, your ceilings, and your floors. And I've even heard of one time where they crawled into somebody's couch. And they die. And then what happens when they die? They decompose, you can't find them, and you've got this smell that's going to linger and linger and linger.
And if that's happening in your walls, guess what? That's how much more expensive is that problem?
To get rid of that problem, to have that remediated. And then, of course, we've got these traps right here, which people, I see, Callie wouldn't even come near this thing, because when it's dangerous, when this thing goes off in the middle of the night, you hear that sound, somebody's got to bait the trap, somebody's got to take the carcass out of this. Here's the simple solution. Buy these pest repellers tonight, okay? They're the humane way. We don't kill anything. We don't hurt anything. We just make them go away. And the big problem is with all the things on this table, if you just buy our pest repellers now, they'll take care of the ants, they'll take care of the roaches, they'll take care of the rats and the mice. And one thing that there's nothing on this table that to take care of, spiders. There's nothing on this table that deals with spiders.
To me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I can't even take the sight of them. I'm sorry if you're a spider lover, but and you're right. I mean, with spring, every single one of these, whatever you don't want in your house, the mice, the rats, the rodents, the cockroaches, honestly, they're going to want to come into your home because they need a place. They're tired. They've been hibernating all winter. Who knows what they do when when it's freezing outside? But I know what they do when it's not.
Yeah.
They're looking for a place to come in and have a dinner. And I don't know about you, but I don't want it to be my place. They're welcome anywhere else, but outside is preferable. This is a 5-pack, and I love that you're getting 1, 2, 3 originals, and then 2 with these extra outlets on the side.
Yeah. So you don't actually even lose the use of the outlet.
Exactly.
Plus, P.S., they have night lights, too. I'm going to walk over to this one here, to the house over here on my side real quick. I want to show you something. Because these night lights don't stay on 24 hours a day. You notice right now there's no night lights on. But watch what I can do. When I cover up the photo sensor on top of this, the night light's going to come on. Okay, so they're not going to be on 24 hours a day, but the night light will come on when it gets dark outside or it gets dark in the room. And the nice thing about those night lights is they're great if you want to put them on a countertop, if you want to put it in a bathroom, top of the stairs, bottom of the stairs. They really are super bright, nice white night lights. That's just a little added bonus for you, but the big deal is getting rid of the pests. Now, you're going to notice every time we talk about these pests, we say the same 5 things. Rats, mice, ants, roaches, spiders. Now, there's a reason why we just say those 5 species. HSN challenged Bell and Howell to go out and get independent third-party testing done. They did, and it proved conclusively that they were effective against rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders in the localized area in which these units are working. And that's why we always tell people, get one for every room in your house, okay? The 5-pack is enough for 1 story of the average size house. So if you have a multi-story dwelling, buy 1 set for each story. And then, what we always say, don't forget the attic, the basement, and the garage.
And then those of us who have sheds, and there's, this is something that will give you, it emits a sound that is undetectable to us as humans, or pets, or children. And what is it about the gerbils and things like that?
Okay, if you have pets that are sort of like rats or mice, actually, some people keep rats and mice as pets. If you have rats or mice or gerbils or hamsters or anything in that family, do not put one of these pest repellers in the room where you're keeping them, okay? Because if you do, it's not going to kill them, of course, but it is going to make them very angry at you, okay? Yeah. So you don't want to put them in that room, but put them in all the other rooms in the house.
And not that I'd want to be humane when it comes to dealing with rats and mice and cockroaches and things that I don't want in my house.
Right.
But the truth is, it is the humane way to deal with the problem.
Sure.
These are expensive options, all the traps and the poisons and things like that. The sticky pads, like the idea of going out into the garage and seeing one that got stuck in one of those and then going, oh, yay, now I get to go pick that up and figure out how to dispose of it. This just makes it an uncomfortable environment. So all they want to do is just get out of there and go somewhere else. So it's a win-win for all of us. It really does a great job. We've been offering these for many years.
Yes.
Bell and Howell is that company, over 100-year history to continue to deliver. I didn't realize that they'd won audio awards.
Well, if you think about it, back in the day, we all remember Bell and Howell as being a company that made projectors. way back when, projectors with sound. So they're very well versed in that. And all they've done is taken that technology and put it to good use with these ultrasonic sound waves to help you get rid of these pests. And the cool thing about this, though, is that once you plug these in, they're proactive, okay? That means it's going to stop you from getting infestation. All the other methods you've tried in the past, sprays, traps, poisons, all those things, they're reactive. That you only use those once you actually see the pest. You only use those when it's a problem. Look, if you see one roach in your kitchen, there's probably 100. If you see one rat, there's probably 20. You know, that's the way these things work, you know? So that's why I tell you, don't let it get to that stage. Get these now. Beat the spring before it's here in 3 weeks. I know you're shoveling tomorrow, okay? I get that. But in just a few weeks, it's going to happen.
And that's why we have a price break on these. This is a nice, I think this is almost a $10 savings, especially because we've even reduced the shipping.
Right.
So it's a nice time to get the 5-pack. And if you want to get 2 5-packs, we're not limiting quantities even at this price break. So I say, why not? I remember one time many years ago before I started using these in my home, I woke up to the sound of like a
in the walls?
No, it was on the headboard of my bed.
Oh, that's even worse.
It was awful. And that was before we started doing the Bell and Howell here at HSN. You got to know, I'm not taking that chance. You know, it's just this.
No,
oh, yeah,
no
it was
chances.
not cute. It was not cute. I remember my husband, he was like, I'm going to head off to the store. It was like 3 in the morning. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to get some of these.
Yeah. Because that's the only option sometimes, especially if you have rats and mice, you know, especially if you've got kids and pets, you don't want the poisons there. What are you going to do? You do the traps. Or now you have the option. You can use the Bell and Howell Pest Repellers and let science do it for you. Let the ultrasonic sound waves
do
mainly get rid of them. It kind of is.
Why not?
It kind of is, you know.
When there's something that can prevent them from wanting to come into your home, why not?
You know what? It's the difference between a smoke detector and a fire extinguisher, okay? The smoke detector, you know, takes care of the problem before it becomes a big problem. The fire extinguisher is once you've got that blaze going and you're screaming and running around, that's what all these other products are. That's after you've got a problem. This is before you have a problem. And that's why I tell people, look, get a set now, get ready, plug them in, and let them start working. Because they work whether you're awake or asleep 24 hours a day.
They sure do.
Doesn't matter.
And so whether it's your home, whether it's a place of business, and if you've got kids, I know, you know, when Tristan's at the Boston Conservatory, those buildings are old.
Oh, yeah.
You know, even dorm rooms. I mean, wherever you want to have that invisible shield of protection, this is definitely the set to go. Go with the 5-pack at a price break. The item is 317093. And thank you for your calls. I know it's limited. We don't have a lot of these to go around today. So thank you, Mr.
You're very welcome.
Very nice to see you as always.
Good to see you.
Our today's special, we've been talking about the natural way.